Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Salty Paws. Salty Paws is a dog food website ran by this girl named Wanda. So what does a business look like? When I was looking at Wanda's business, I had noticed that that this was an online business. With an online business, there are plenty of opportunities to gain knowledge of her business. Wanda needs to gain customers. Advertisements would help people become aware of dog treats that she sells. I also believe that Wanda should rent a place so she could sell her products in stores as well. Wanda could also branch out and reach out to other local pet businesses and ask if she could put her product in the business. With this, she could expand her products even farther than she has. This will also cause an increase in sales.
Okay, so I charted the supply and demand for the Salty Paws, and for lamb levies, the equilibrium was 800, and for the chicken cuties, the equilibrium was 1,100. For the party pooch, the equilibrium was 1,000, and for bison bites, the equilibrium was 800.
The 4 key issues when expanding a small business globally are language barriers, cultural differences, managing global teams, currency exchange, and inflation rates and issues with global politics. If Salty Paws wants to expand globally, Wanda needs to focus on solutions to these issues. I've come up with a few examples. When it comes to language barrier issues, Salty Paws should hire a translator to develop packaging for Salty Paws in different languages, depending on where it is being sold. As for cultural differences, in some countries like Saudi Arabia, religious police have banned pets in many cities, calling them a bad Western influence. To combat loss of sales in countries with these beliefs, Salty Paws should focus on broad commercialization in countries that allow pets due to loss of sales in countries against it. To combat currency change and inflation, Salty Paws should adjust prices and be selective of where they sell product. Salty Paws should aim to be as inclusive as possible, but need to keep profits in mind. While facing issues with global politics, I suggest hiring a legal team to help with any issues in the global market.
So I got part 4, show Wanda the money. The monetary system uses money as a type of trade to exchange goods and services. All those involved in a transaction acknowledge money as a standard measure of value. The financial system, which consists of financial institutions that allow the movement of money and credit in the economy, is an important part of the monetary system. Wanda can approach a bank for a loan to fund her business. Bank loans have benefits of being easily accessible as well as having usually low interest rates. One disadvantage bank loans has is that the CDFs can be hit if you don't pay your loans. Crowdfunding could be a good option for Wanda because it includes donation-based services. For example, she could go use GoFundMe and accept small donations. However, the potential disadvantages are that it can be time-consuming to manage. Another one she could use is venture capitalists, because it could help with business, like it can provide significant funding and strategic guidance. But a disadvantage is that venture capitalists could take a huge chunk of your business and she would lose all control over her business. And the last one, angel investors have the benefit of being flexible than venture capitalists and can offer funds and advice on strategy. However, they might need a significant amount of equity and might not have as many resources or as much experience as venture capitalists, which are a potential disadvantage.
One is legally responsible for ensuring her dog treats are safe for consumption by dogs and may face legal liability and regulatory action if they are found to be detective or harmful. The FDA regulates the pet food, and failure to comply with regulations could result in fines and penalties. To minimize her legal exposure, Wanda should ensure her products are safe, comply with regulations, and use accurate labeling and advertising. This will help to protect her business and minimize the risk of legal liability. Wanda's business, Salty Paws, may face legal trouble, including product liability, lawsuits, regulatory fitness, and reputation damage if dogs get sick or die from consuming their treats. The potential consequences could result in expensive settlements or judgments, penalties, and a decrease in customers and revenue due to negative publicity. And to protect her business against lawsuits, Wanda should implement quality control measures, maintain accurate records, and obtain products liability insurance. She should also comply with relevant regulations and guidelines from regulatory agencies such as the FDA and USDA. By doing so, Wanda can demonstrate reasonable care and limit her liability in the event of a lawsuit.
Wanda is going to change the ingredients in her treats. She's going to switch from no longer using ingredients that are not GMO. She's doing this because she's using the products that she's using cost 50% more than the one she wants to switch to. She will have to change her website to inform her customers that her treats will be changing ingredients, but they will still be better for your dogs in comparison to the mass-produced ones. She needs to tell her customers because the company needs to be true to their customers. My advice to Wanda is that if human food were to switch ingredients similar to her treats are, humans would want to be informed on what they're putting into their body. That being said, dog owners want to make sure that what they're putting into their dogs' bodies are good and healthy for them.
The business that I have selected was partnership. I chose this because if Wanda needs help, a partner could help her with her business. They could bounce ideas off of each other, and it could relieve stress off of Wanda. With a partnership, they could split costs as well. If she wants help from her friends, a partnership would help her business flow.
Okay, this is a letter explaining to Wanda's mom why taking on entrepreneurship is beneficial to Wanda. So it says, "Dear Wanda's mother, expanding a business can be a very stressful but also beneficial experience. There are many positive qualities earned when expanding your business. Growth of business will give you access to have the ability to expand, which will then pull in more customers. When there are more customers involved, this will allow more money to be put back into your business. With this extra money, you'll be able to develop a more modern and stable, successful company." Wanda had some very positive characteristics of an entrepreneur. These include business management skills, teamwork, leadership skills, communication, listening skills, and problem-solving skills. One example of a startup entrepreneur that is now very successful is Airbnb. This site was launched in 2007. This created a shortage of hotels, which then helped him come up with the idea of Airbnb. It took a couple years of his funding to be met, but they later on successfully became a big and booming business. This is a very achievable goal, and to become an entrepreneur can be a very successful lifestyle.
I created a couple charts to detail some of the tasks that Wanda's new hires will help her work on. My first chart explains some of the tasks Wanda will no longer need to manage on a day-to-day basis if she hires these positions. Wanda's role as a manager changes drastically if she hires a team. She will be able to take a step back and focus more on planning for the future. This chart details the positions she aims to hire in the next 12 months. If she decides to add these positions, she will be able to expand the company even more and focus on marketing and exposure to take her company to a larger scale. When Wanda expands and hires these necessary positions, she can overlook her business and not be as attached to day-to-day responsibilities. This should be every business owner's goal at some point while opening a business because they would have found some success.
Motivating with dog treats. The motivation theory that she could use is called Erdberg's theory. In this theory, this theory can be helpful to her because she can go and ask her staff to rank various factors that they think is important to them, and to motivate them, she can make make the job a little bit more interesting, like by helping each other, acknowledge how hard they work, or just like complimenting them.
Talking about the teamwork at Salty Paws, Wanda can choose functional, cross-functional, or self-managed teams for her business based on the roles she wants to add. Teams go through forming, storming, norming, performing, and during stages, and she should facilitate communication and conflict resolutions to avoid negative consequences. To support successful teams, Wanda can set clear goals, foster a positive work environment, encourage collaboration, provide training and resources, and recognize good teamwork while constructively addressing any issues.
Wanda is transitioning from making dog treats in her kitchen to making them at a commercial kitchen. She'll need to be educated on the principles of operation management to make sure that she remains successful in this time of change. Wanda can apply the principles of operation management by utilizing all of her resources. She can do this by efficiently using materials, labor, equipment, etc. Wanda will need to make some decisions when she makes this change. She will need to figure out where she wants to move production and how many people she wants to add to the staff. How this is going to affect her financially.
So Wanda has identified her customers. They're usually dog owners. The customers are satisfied with the treats that they have bought from Wanda's business. I believe that there is a potential in Wanda's business. The pet industry is in need of more treat brands, so I do believe that Wanda would make a great business. The treat that Wanda has made are a lot healthier than most dog treats. This will help dogs more and more, or become more and more healthier. Also, with the healthier dog treats, it allows other dogs who are allergic to specific ingredients to enjoy a tasty treat.
The 4 P's of gourmet dog treats are, first of all, product. Wanda is currently presenting a great product. The products are good quality and the customers seem to enjoy them a lot. Improvement that can be made to this is adding products may pull in more money to customers. These improvements could include new flavors for the dog treats, such as new shapes and new packaging. The second P is people. Wanda is reaching out to a great group of audience. Multiple people own dogs, so there is a big group she is opening her product up to. An improvement she can make is to open up the product to more animals, such as cat owners. The third P is price. The prices are high, which may be a problem to the customers coming back. But if she develops this company and makes it bigger and stronger, she'll be able to lower the prices and make great profits. An improvement that can be made is once the business starts to grow and is more stable, it may be a good idea to consider lowering the prices. This will make the demand for the product much bigger. And then the fourth P is place. Wanda is selling her product off a well-known site that many people use and have access to. This is important so that she can catch the audience's attention and that will want to buy her product. An improvement that can be made is, although Etsy is a great place to sell products, this may not be the best way to sell your product if you want to expand. Doing things such as opening up your own business and making a website of your own can help you expand your product and make your company grow.
Human resource management is a strategic approach to nurturing and supporting employees while also ensuring a positive workplace environment. Especially within a small business like Salty Paws, ensuring success through the people involved in your company is much more important because every person has a bigger role in Salty Paws' success. The 4 components of HR are planning, recruitment, development, and retention. Wanda needs to focus on these components when hiring a team for the best outcome possible. Wanda states that she thinks filling out application forms is premature. But without this type of documentation, she is leaving herself vulnerable to hiring people unfit for the company. We also learned that Wanda has no specific questions in mind for people she is interviewing. Wanda needs to create questions that keep her business plan, vision, and values in mind to build the best team for her small business. Without accepting applications or doing a thorough interview with potential workers, Wanda isn't following the planning or recruitment components of HR. Without following some of the components of HR, Wanda cannot find success in the last two, development and retention, because she did not find the best possible fit for her company. Employee lawsuits compose a large issue for companies in North Carolina. Wanda needs to come up with more structure for her business and how she wishes to hire workers. If she were to become the subject of an employee lawsuit, that could potentially end her business and send her into financial turmoil because she is still such a small business.
Tax payments. Wanda could face fines for tax evasion if she fails to report all her income from Salty Paws on her tax return. She could face charges fraud because she could mispresent the financial information of Salty Paws. She could harm her employees, also she could also lose her customers and suppliers. Wanda's decision to keep two separate sets of financial records could lead to several issues in the future. For example, if she keeps to continue to report her income, she will have trouble getting credit or loans in the future because lenders might see her as a higher risk borrower.
The policy at Salty Paws, the acceptable use policy for Salty Paws, LAN outlines guidelines for appropriate use of the network by employees, contractors, and vendors. Access to the LAN is only granted with IT department and authorization and login credentials. Must be kept confidential. The LAN is for business purposes only, and illegal or offensive material may not be accessed or distributed. Salty Paws owns all data stored on the LAN, and modification or deletion requires IT department authorization. Violating the policy may result in disciplinary action, including termination of employment and legal action.